Shalom, giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect brothers and those um, elect out there that believe in this truth and teaching the world and teaching the word all throughout the world, the four corners of the earth. Um, I have an article that I want to bring out dealing with the mark of the beast. Um, and going into some recent news pertaining to the microchip, which is the RFID chip, which is according to biblical prophecy, it is the mark of the beast, and just how um, how much more um, the white man is getting into, well, just how much more Edom, which is a so-called white man, just how much more he's getting into um, pushing this chip out here. Okay, um, this has been big news all week, but I wanted to go into it and bring it out through the spirit of Yahweh Shai um, through this article, uh, basically dealing with how the government they want to in order to get welfare or food stamps or any other government benefit, you have to take a microchip. Okay, so this is from the shithitsthefan.com, dated August 14, 2015, and it states government. It reads government wants to implant recipients of welfare assistance with satellite tracked chips. Okay, so this is a plan that the United States government and other governments all over the world, whether it be Europe or Asia, it's all a part of the New World Order plan with the elites, but mainly here in America. They want the different welfare recipients, okay, to get these microchips. Now, when you read a headline like this and when you see things like this, um, um, for those in Israel, okay, for those brothers that know and sisters that know as well, most of our people are on some type of government benefit, whether it's like I said, EBT, um, TANF, WIC, um, Social Security, some type of governmental benefit program that where they get um, a monthly check or a certain amount of money to go towards different things that a household may need. And that's mostly Israelites. That's mostly so-called blacks, um, Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, uh, Latinos, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Native Americans. That's mostly the so-called minority, so-called poor of America. Okay, so when I first saw this, well, I said, well, they're targeting Jake. Okay, they're targeting our people. They want to install these different chips or implant these different chips within these different, really the women. Okay, these different women. I remember it was a couple years back, maybe 3 or 4 years back, down here in Georgia, in Atlanta. Um, they had the old the whole government shutdown thing, and then they had cut off people's food stamps. And most of the people that you will see on the news reports and different things like that that were complaining about them not getting their benefits was the so-called black woman. Okay, these black women out here with these different kids and these these different um, um, situations, they were getting benefits, but they couldn't get them when they were supposed to get them. So they was complaining and going to the office, and you had long lines and phone calls. You know the offices were backed up with phone calls. Um, Things weren't going smoothly as they were used to going, so they started bugging out. So the solution to these different types of issues, whether it's a government shutdown or the economy collapses, which is soon to happen, the solution would be a chip, a microchip. And if these different welfare recipients, if they want their these, and well, I'm just gonna call it straight. If the black woman, if you black woman, Latino woman, if you want your food stamps, the EBT, and all of that, you're gonna have to take the chip, according to what the government says. Okay, and this goes for you sisters out there too. If you want to continue getting the benefits that you've been getting to feed your children and all of that, the government wants you to take a microchip. Okay, which is the mark of the beast. And according to scripture, according to prophecy, um, the elect won't take it, but you're not supposed to take it, or else the Most High is going to destroy you. Okay, but I'm gonna go into the article and read it. All right, it says implantable RFID tracking chips. You know, to stop terrorism and to keep tabs on all the welfare queens. Shout out to Polite and Sarnetta and the rest of the black unconscious community with that one. Cause you know they call these so-called black women queens and all of that, but they're getting welfare from the white man, their king, their god. You know these welfare queens. All you black women, you claim to be queens, right? Well, the government they want to track you. Okay, okay. So it says and to keep tabs on all the welfare queens in order to keep tax dollars accountable. Because the government supplying you with this certain amount of money on these different cars and things that's paid for by so-called tax dollars. Okay, so it says there will be other rationales too, but really, governments just want to do all the spying they can within their power, and right now, technology offers more power than ever before to carry out universal surveillance, track and trace every person and everything, and put civil rights. See, this is a spiritual. Like you should be paying attention to this, man. What that should ju- that should jump out to you, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Civil rights, okay. Welfare queens, microchips. The government they wants to get you Israelites in slavery. That's the point that I'm trying to make. All right. You want to fight for civil rights and gay rights and women's rights and all these damn rights. Okay. Well, they want to track every person that has all these damn rights. Okay. So it says, right now, technology offers more power than ever before to carry out universal surveillance, track and trace every person and everything, and put civil rights in the back seat where they belong. Okay. So it's not about your rights, really. It's about what they want to do. Okay. It says the latest proposal from a politician in the Finnish government, because what they do is now this is dealing with Finland in Europe, and what they do is they uh they they test these things out in other countries, whether it be Africa, they test all these different diseases, or China, or the Middle East. You know, they test these things out on different populations overseas, and then once the elites get the desired result, they push it over here in America. All right. So let's see what the government of Finland or the Finnish government had to say about these different um, chips being placed within these welfare recipients. It says the latest proposal from a politician in the Finnish government seems like a near future dystopic film, but may not be far reality, because it is near. All right, the time for this mark of the beast is this RFID chip to be pushed upon the people worldwide, and mainly here in America. In America, is not far from happening. All right, it says it's not much of a stretch to imagine that the U.S., Britain, or other governments in Europe would do this too, if they could get away with it. In fact, an RFID chip population could only be years away. All right. Sputnik News reports. A politician from Finland's conservative Finns party suggested implanting welfare recipients with satellite tracking chips following news that some recipients continued receiving payments after leaving the country to join ISIL. Right? That's just their excuse. Okay? It says a member of Finland's right-wing Finns party, Pasai Ranta, has suggested implanting all recipients of government assistance with satellite-tracked chips if they choose to leave the country. And there's been big things in the news in America and the U.S. that these different so-called girls and men have been going overseas to fight alongside ISIS and stop the New World Order regime and all that bullshit. But that's just propaganda. But now they're using that as fuel to say that they want to implant these different chips in these welfare recipients, starting with Finland. Okay, it says Mayor Ranta made the proposal after Finnish media revealed that some recipients of government assistance continue to receive payments after leaving the country to join ISIL in Syria and Iraq. The law should be changed. Quote, the law should be changed to receive payments from Kila, the social insurance institution. One has to tell exact data about your location using your personal code read by a satellite. It is also possible to implant electronic chips to all going abroad, who, for example, receive medical welfare from Kila. Now, the first thing that you think about dealing with these words here, medical welfare, is Obamacare. Okay, Obamacare, the medical reform that they put out here in America. Okay, that should be the first thing you think about. And who loves Obama? So-called black woman, black man, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Haitians, Dominicans, you Jakes. Okay, um, so they're really targeting you, but they're pushing it out here overseas in Finland until they get it pushed out here in America. It says Mayor Runter wrote on his Facebook page, all right, about these electronic chips for all those going abroad. All right, it says it is true that Western governments essentially created ISIS. Okay, just put that out there by agitating angry Muslims with continued aggression, while at the same time funding the new Al Qaeda extremist group via the misguided efforts to arm and bankroll Libyan rebels and Syrian rebels. Really, the Pentagon and NATO have been building up our own enemy and using its horrendous violence to frighten the public back into the war on terror, because they want to go to war with Iran, and that's going to start World War III. But that's a whole nother topic, a whole nother lesson for edification. But all that leads into the chip. All of this, everything that's going on around you, is leading into the microchip and the elite, the wicked elite of the society, Esau, trying to establish a new world order and using the chip as a way to put the Israelites back in slavery. All right. It says under the new twist, Muslim immigration to the West has been increased, and Western governments have been subsidizing future jihadists too. Many are on the government dole until and even after they decide to leave and join ISIL. Meanwhile, normal struggling citizens who accept government assistance might be tracked via an implanted chip, betraying all the rights governments and free countries are supposed to protect, because it's supposed to be an invasion of privacy, which is supposed to be protected by the Bill of Rights and the rest of the so-called amendments in the Constitution, but that's null and void, really. It says they might not be doing anything wrong at all, but now they are under constant watch. But as George W. Bush famously said, they hate us for our freedoms, right? So that's just going into um, these different welfare recipients in the near future getting these microchips, which that's what the government wants to push. First overseas in Finland and Europe, and then it's going to trickle down to America. So this is something that you Israelites should watch out for. Mainly you Israelite women, y'all should be watching out for the the economy to collapse and them offering the chip so you can continue to get your stamps. Which according to scripture you shouldn't get it, and I'm gonna get that later. But you know, this 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 mark of the beast is more and more showing its evidence as being the RFID microchip. Okay. Now I got one more article I want to pull out. Okay. Um, di- and this is dealing with the mark of the beast too. Okay. From the same website, shit hits the fan, shit hits the fan plan, shtfplan.com. It says transhumanist candidate wants brain implants to manage violent actions of prisoners and society. Okay, so not only are they going to give you a chip in your arm or your right hand to get to continue to get your benefits and your EBT, but they want to put it inside your brain. Okay, and this is according to scripture as well. Now, before I go into this article, pay attention to this image here because this links up with something that's getting ready to be pushed out upon the people um, worldwide, okay, globally, in the next couple of days. Just pay attention to this image here. It says maybe the solution to all crime is more surveillance and direct control over the minds of all prisoners. Anyone marked with violent tendencies, and ultimately everyone in society. See, they're doing these things by classes, like the apostles of GMS always say, starting with Apostle Dahar. They're pushing this chip through 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 different classes of people. You got your police officers, you got the different medical patients, you got those that receive government benefits, and I just covered that in the previous article, and now prisoners. Okay, so they do it class by class. All right, which that's in the scriptures too. Okay, different individual groups of people and things like that. Um, then ultimately they'll build up to getting everyone in society. Okay, it says in the article, it says that's what one futurist is proposing as he runs on a political platform based around psychophysical state control over mind and body. Okay, it says Zoltan Istvan, presidential candidate for the Transhumanist Party, whatever that is, thinks that prisoners will be better motivated to obey the law if the death penalty were abolished and it be replaced by implanting a surveillance brain chip that notify the law and can even deploy a tranquilizer triggered to block violent behavior. And then you got Bill. Just to add to that, you got Bill Gates signing off on this so-called microchip to for women to either prevent pregnancy or I think prevent. It's a birth right. There's a birth control chip that Bill Gates and Microsoft is supposed to be backing, and it's basically a chip that um, triggers the effect of blocking getting pregnant in women. So they're pushing this chip out there in different scales to different types of people all over the world. Okay. It says, of course, once it becomes legal to control the brains of one sector of society, and that's another good word right there. It's, they want to control different classes of people or different sectors of people or sectors of society, right? And this sector is those of convicted criminals. It says the rest of society may follow, each with their own rationales and justifications that make using spy chips inside the brain somehow acceptable. All right. Um, Now I'm gonna end it on that. I just want to be quick, straight to the point. Um, just to push out these different articles and what information they contain because the mark of the beast, this RFID microchip, they're planning to push it on a major global scale, but they want to do it by different classes of people: prisoners, those that receive welfare, like I said earlier, um, uh, medical patients, the military, police officers, okay, government officials, okay. So this thing is getting ready to make its debut real soon. The Mark of the Beast. Now I said, watch this image, right? Now, if you been paying attention, if you, I know most brothers don't watch TV, but there are different brothers that do. They have it. Um, there's different movie trailers that pop up on commercials, and the first thing that I thought about when I saw this was a new movie that's coming out tomorrow. Is a Hitman. Okay, they got the bald guy with the barcode in the back of his head. Now that's a that's that links right back to the new Hitman movie that comes out tomorrow. So now after this Hitman movie comes out, just be watching for uh, uh, the media to push more and more technology that you can either wear or implant. Maybe there will be a microchip commercial because these things got to take place. But this just reminded me of the movie, so I wanted to share that with the elect too. All right, brothers and sisters too. So I typed in Hitman Agent 47, and as you can see here, Agent 47 and the barcode. All right, the different numbers, and it ends in 47. Right, but then you look on the back of the head. Right, it says here Hitman Agent 47 movie trailers, and in the back of his head, sure enough, the barcode 47. And I just read the article about the brain chip. Okay, so that's just a little bit of um, something to look out for. You know, um, these different transhumanists and they say he was a part of the transhumanist party. He's a presidential candidate. So these people out here, these different people that are set up, they're getting ready to push this agenda for this RFID microchip, brain chips, and all of that. So just pay attention, man. All right. I didn't want to make it too long. That's why I wanted to end it, and I just want to share a couple things that I noticed and what I saw today. So just um, just watch out for what's getting ready to take place. All right, this Hitman movie comes out tomorrow, and they're pushing these articles, man. All right, now they didn't say nothing about the Hitman Agent 47 movie, but they talked about brain chips and the the Hitman. You know, he's a agent for the government. Um, you know, it's all part of the it's all part of the it's all part of the elite's plan. So I just want to put that out there. All right. So with that, well, let me read the scripture before I close. This is Revelation 13 and 16, and he calleth all, both small and great, rich and poor, which rich is a certain class or sector of society, so are the poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, which would be that microchip implant. All right, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 score and 6. And when you break down the barcode, all right, the different numbers on the end and in the middle, they represent sixes. Okay, 666. Okay, that's what these different lines and these different barcodes in the end and the middle. As a matter of fact, I'll get it here. This is a six. Right here in the middle is a six, and at the end is a six. 666. And these numbers are identifiers that are going to be placed within these different RFID microchips. Okay, so just be aware. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bashman Shai. Oh, I mentioned earlier too that you're not supposed to take the chip, right? I did say I would get that, and that's Revelation 14 and 9. And every time I do these the videos and articles on the mark of the beast, I always pull these two main scriptures in Revelation 13 and Revelation 14 because you got to keep beating this in the Jake head. You know, the elite, the government is going to cause you to take the chip, but there's a consequence for taking the chip. All right, and I'm gonna read it here. Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead, right, the brain chip, or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. It's like it. Verse 11. And the smoke of the torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So, like I said, you women, yo, if you got men that's part of uh, these different camps, you know, don't 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 take the chip. Okay, follow your man. You know, follow the spirit of Yahweh Basham Shai. Don't have your kids take the chip. All right, follow the spirit of Yahweh Basham Shai, and you different brothers too. Don't take the mark of the beast. All right, that's the microchip. All right, verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints, and here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High, and the faith of Yahweh Shai. And that's what it's about. It's ultimately about faith in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right. So I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, and peace and blessing to the elect. And Lord willing, until the next lesson, Shalom.